Hey, how you doing? What's up? Just gonna go over my Devastator build that I have been using. Let's go here with my skills. So Earthquake, mainly using that just to steal armor, and that way they have 30% less armor, and now I have it for everybody I hit. So that's kind of one of the things I use to keep alive, and I'm spec'd into everything that I hit. Makes a bleed, and that's how I heal is my bleed. So whether I shoot them or I hit them with earthquake or whatever, they start bleeding, and that's how I do my healing. So I always want to spread around the damage as much as possible. Other than my weapon damage, Impale is my number one damage doer. I actually set this up so I could use this, I believe, 4 different times in a row before the cooldown resets. Then I went with Golem. Golem I mainly started using because there's 2 things. One, I'm spec'd into, and plus the snipers were just nailing me, taking too much damage, running from point A to point B. When it comes to monsters and trash and everything, I don't have any problems. But when the elites with the snipers hit me, sometimes I need Golem to run across the screen, and it also comes in pretty handy. And what I mean, I spec'd into this. So if I have Golem up and running and I'm not running around, I'm just letting people hit me. I got Kinetic Stomp, so I'm just sitting there shooting people. I got Golem on. Shots create a seismic shock around you, dealing 700,000 damage in a 5-meter radius every 4 seconds. So that's one thing I have while I'm standing still, getting hit. That's fine. Then the other one is right here, Shock and Awe. Sometimes this is like my number 2 damage dealer. So when an enemy hits you, melee attack 10-meter radius, struck by anomaly, deals 500,000 damage. And so what I do with that is I'll just like run around in a circle and try to get as many of them together as I can, and then let one of them hit me before I do. I don't shoot them, let them hit me, and it like chain lightnings and kills everybody. Sorry about that. Unless there's elites or bigger things. This does a lot of damage. So between Shock and Awe and Kinetic Stomp, and then use that when you're using your Golem. It actually does a lot of damage when they swarm on you, and you've just got guys hitting you from everywhere. I can just hit this, scope up, and just destroy and push out a whole bunch of damage. So that's pretty cool. um, as you see, if I get out of that, so if you look down here at the bottom, I've got my earthquake, and then my impale, and as you see, it's got a little number 4 there. So that means I can use impale 4 different times in a row, just bam, 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 bam. So usually what I do is I'll run in and I'll do a earthquake. That way it puts a bleed on everybody because I do more damage with people that have bleeds, or I shoot them. And then I do this, and I'm also heavily spec'd to impale. What I mean by that is impale. This is one of the biggest changes. There's two of them on here that made the biggest changes, other than of course hitting more people. Increase the skills range by 100%. That was huge. Can strike 2 additional targets. Of course, that's very helpful. It hits 2 more people. And increase the skill damage by 30% to enemies affected with bleed. Pretty much everything I do adds bleed. So that's 30% more damage right there. Now here I can activate it 2 more times. So that means, as I said, I can activate Impale 4 times in a row. And this one is pretty sweet. This is my bread and butter. So Impale deals 250,000 more damage. And then the other biggest thing that I've seen is Shredder. Shredder is phenomenal, and it took me a while to get it. So enemies that aren't killed with it, when I hit them, they get. So let's say I did 100,000 damage. If they're not dead, a half a second later, a tick, they get another 50,000. So now that's like a 50% increase in damage. So that's really really cool. And I've seen once I got Impale on the Shredder, and then the other big one was the range one. Yeah, increases the skills range by 100%. Dude, I can like hit somebody with this now almost all the way across the map. It's ridiculous how far out you can get these guys with that. So just run up, just hit your earthquake or put a bleed on them with your gun, and then just spam Impale, and it like clears the map. It's nuts. So that's my anomaly damage setup. Now, when it comes to weapons, um, this isn't my favorite weapon right here, but it's doing pretty good. And I mainly grabbed it because of the firepower on it. I needed to upgrade something. So this was kind of my backup gun, but it's starting to become my main. I don't know. We'll figure it out. The reason for that is if you look at the clip size, this only has 40. Well, this has 100. And this does pretty much a lot. This does a pretty good amount of damage. So I got kinetic stomp, and everything I've been doing for the last 5 or 6 tiers. Any weapon I get, if it doesn't have Nicola's Revenge on it, I put it on there. That is like a chain lightning. Here, I'll show it to you. Can't really see it with the white. So it turns it into a lightning. And so what you do is you don't stay on one target. You spam that across, and it links everybody together and does a ton of damage. It's really nuts. So that mod is my number one mod so far. I've been able to find that works best for me. And initial target dealing 500,000 damage over 2 seconds to each of them, as long as the initial target is still alive. So that is just a phenomenal mod. This gun is my favorite because the mods I got on it. Till Death Do Us Part. I couldn't change that mod. It's not the best one, but I do like it. I refer to this gun as my stay alive gun because it not only does damage but also helps heal me a little bit. So if I'm having problems with the map, this is the gun that I turn to. Then it also has Nicola's Revenge and the Ultimate Storm Whip. That's another one that does a lot of damage. But yet again, that only does one enemy. So when that flags off, it's only going to be on one. Where Nicola's Revenge links everybody together, does a ton of damage, more of an AoE. So I highly suggest, if you're having problems with trash and just in general, try to get some mods that link everybody together and stuff, and kind of like doing AoE damage, like explosions and anomaly, explosions. And there's rockets that shoot out, all sorts of different mods. So this is the main weapon and the mods I've been using, and this is the kinetic stomp. Not too bad, but I had to put something on there, and I had to get rid of the other mod on here. Wasn't real useless. Was totally useless. So that's pretty much my build that I've done. Just so you can see it. This is the build out that I've been using. Healed for 20. Here you go. So not only is it increasing my damage, it's also healing me. So bleed damage is really huge for me. I got the armor bonus, and resistance, and this is huge. It increases your seismic skill damage by 50%. Then you come over here, and yet again, seismic skills 50%. They're my seismic skills. All my seismic skills inflict bleed. So I'm just kicking bleeds all over the place. Oh, there's another one here. 30% of my damage dealt with seismic, which is outstanding for Impale. It stores 30% of it for the next one. So I have 4 of them in a row I can hit. So if I start out and I nail everybody with my earthquake, then it saves 30% of that damage and then puts it into my next Impale. Well, I still have 3 Impales left. So, that's going to trigger at least one more time. So my Impale just does a sick amount of damage. And this is my Ascension. I've been kind of spreading it out for a while. I was having problems staying alive. Yet again, only when I was getting shot at by snipers. I was having problems staying alive. So I had these all maxed out. Armor bonus, elite damage mitigation, and resistance bonus. So I originally had these all maxed out, didn't have any points anywhere else. So I got some better weapons. I got some better mods on not only the weapons, but on my gear. So I started doing a ton more damage with my Impale. So I kind of evened this out. And then also now I do more bleeds. So that helps heal me. So now I'm actually putting some down here. My weapon damage and then armor piercing. So that's pretty much it, really. I mean, you got three skills I'm using, what they do, and if you haven't played, I'll play the little cinematic growth thing. So that's Earthquake, and this is Impale. So that when you originally get it, I hated it. It just does one guy, and it does X amount of damage. Well, if you totally go all in on it, it goes nuts because I do tons of spikes all over the place. I mean, like four, and then it hits again because if they didn't die, so that, and 30% more because of the bleeds. And I got the damage bonus on one of the mods for like a 200,000 damage. Um, then this is, look at my character, and it's almost like rocks all over you. And it's like armor, so it reduces 65% incoming damage for 8 seconds. That's enough to run, a good ways across the map or even just get out of trouble. So this has been pretty helpful. The only one I use other than this is Gravity Leap. I like Gravity Leap because it makes you very mobile. You can pretty much zoom all the way across the map in a click of a button and do a lot of damage. So this is a pretty cool one right here. And now that I'm spec'd into it, oh wait, no, I'd say it's only kinetic. So no, sorry, I don't think this one would add the bleeds. Let me take a look real quick. There you go, your seismic skills. So yeah, the only one I'm not using is Tremor. Tremor's good. I like it, but it really to me doesn't help me stay alive as much. And I'm not spec. I don't have anything to help it out. But this one helps me move around quite a bit, and then mainly just for staying alive purposes, I use Golem quite a bit. So between those three being spec properly, and yet again, if you're having problems in this game, I'd say half of it because you haven't gotten these yet. You need to get these, built up. And either go one way or the other. Either go all firepower and maybe some armor to help stay alive, or just go all in like I did. I'm just all in on my anomaly powers, and it works really, really well for me. And make sure you read up, learn the mods on the weapons, what they do, because my weapon damage quadrupled as soon as I started putting Nicola's Revenge on my weapons. So it's sick. The other thing is, like you'll see this only has 2 mods. This has 3 mods. So I think this is like apocalyptic gear or something or whatever because it's got the extra mod on it. Same thing, you'll see this, we just got this little circle up in the top left corner next to the lock there. It's because I locked it so I won't delete it. How you lock something? So if you right click it like you're going to get rid of it and hit the delete button, well, instead of that, you just hold down the right click and then it puts a lock. And to remove it, just right click and hold it down and it'll remove the lock. That way, when you're messing around with your gear, your weapons, or whatever, one, it helps you find it. So, like, let's say I switch this out. Here, I want to put a lock on this so I don't get rid of it. And then I'll put it back on. So, there we go. You can't do it while it's in here. Same thing here. I want to switch that out, put a lock on it, put that back on. Down here, put a lock on it. There. That way I won't lose it. But anyways, the little circle up here in the top left corner, that lets you know that it's apocalyptic or whatever, and it's going to have 3 mods on it. So this one was huge for me. It's got 3 mods. This one was huge, 3 mods. But unfortunately, you know, I don't have any apocalyptic gear yet, part of my set. Yet again, another thing, part of your set is I didn't know there were sets in here for the longest time. Is try to figure out what way you're gonna go with your sets, read up on them, and yet again, if you see that, I make everybody bleed with all my skills and everything else. So why not use this one? So I get a 50% increase on everybody else bleeding. So on top of everything else, I get a 50% damage increase. So when you add all of this up, it just gets to be some insane amount of damage that, you know, I hit people with. Like right there, the sharpened spike, 250,000 more damage. Then it hits again for another 50%. And then I got another 50% if I have a bleed on it. I can be active. I can do that 4 times in a row. Yet again, so now another 30% because if these have a bleed on them, okay, cool, and another 30% damage. Here's another one, 2 additional targets. So I think I can hit 4 guys every time I use it. Then another big one is because Impale doesn't go real far to start out with, but once you get that 100% increase in range, it's just terrible. It's a sick ass mod. Dude. It's so cool. Anomaly power is just awesome. So if you want to, you can watch any of my videos I've posted, and you'll see me definitely using this build. My sidearm I never really use. Once in a while I've run out of bullets and I've ended up using my sidearm. So I would suggest getting a decent sidearm, see how it works, and actually at least mod it. So here I put this mod on this. See how it puts like a beam out there, and it yeah, right there's that orange beam, and it does pretty much average it out 100,000 damage every 0.3 seconds. So not only am I shooting them, but then also I'm doing some damage. The only other mods I've used that I kind of liked are that one, and I want to show you one more. This mod's really cool. This mod, I'm not going to change it. Oh, it's weapon mod. Alright. Death Ray, when you're aiming down the sights, do like 86,000 damage every 0.3 seconds. That's the one I just told you. But Omen, this one, it creates like this sphere, this ball of energy to wherever you're shooting at. It does a crap load of damage. And yet again, for me, it affects bleeds. So that's exactly what I want to stay alive. And this just does a lot of damage. And that it's a sphere. For people hiding around corners and stuff, this big ball will hit them even if you're not shooting them. So if they're hiding around corners or behind a ledge or something, you can just shoot above them for a couple seconds till this ball fires off and you can tag them. So this is really great if you're having some problem with range damage, and you want to be able to nail them really good. So this is a really cool mod. But the other one that I was talking about is oh, it won't light up because I already got it on here. It's Nicola's Revenge, but yeah, that's right here. So that's pretty much my build. Yeah, I've been learning quite a bit. Big learning curve. Lots of problems with staying alive, and lots of problems with doing damage. And I pretty much do this everywhere I'm at. You know, I've learned the, oh, here's another one. You can sprint, by the way. So that's your normal speed. And then you can run. So I was playing this game for the longest time like this, and wondered why I kept on dying and kept getting killed. I forgot that there was a sprint button. And I'm like, I've played other games like, why isn't there a sprint in this game? I had to learn that it was my mouse button had to be pushed down, and at least that's what it is on my controls. So make sure you do your mods. Come over to your table, your crafting table, do your mods. Other thing, never forget to do this. You can, and click the right button. You can level up your gear, so don't just like trash it because it's low level. So you can level it up by clicking this and using your resources. Then the other thing is you want to raise your attributes. As you see, these are all filled in, so you use these with these shards. I got tons of them, and you get these from destroying equipment. So as you destroy equipment, you get these shards, and you can fill all these up. I think most of mine are all probably all the way raised up, or I'd show you. Yeah. So. Yep. So anyways, make sure those are raised all the way up. Oh, here's one. Yeah, so see, this has only got 2, this has got 2, and this has got 2. So if I click in here, and you'll see this modification here, crit damage, go up. So it's at, the next one will be 42.5. So you want to make sure you level these up all the way as well. I've had tons of fun playing the Devastator build. I've started playing a couple of the other classes. I started on the Pyromancer because I thought the fire stuff was real cool. Hated it, couldn't stay alive, sucked. But yet again, I've heard that's a tough class to play if you don't have someone else with you. But the other classes I've played, I've really liked. One where you can kind of stop time a little bit and do all sorts of fun stuff like teleporting around almost. That was a real cool build, but I haven't been able to find time to level them up all the way. All right, so that's it. And if you like what you see and want to check out my build, just watch. I'm on YouTube, and I'm a Storm Ranger gamer, and I'm on YouTube and Twitch. So check out some of my videos, man. I just love this build, and I love this game. It's just sick. So run in, hit an earthquake, goes across the ground, hits everybody, puts a bleed on them. Cool. Now I have some health coming in case I get hit. And for everybody I hit, it steals 33% of their armor. Then after that, I hit them with the weapon, or if they're close, or if there's enough of them, I don't like wasting my impale on one guy unless it's a boss. So if it's just 1 or 2 guys, I'll shoot them. If it's a whole group, then I'll start using my impale, and I'll run in and throw around as much damage as I can with the impale. Then as needed, I'll put on the armor and rinse and repeat pretty much. I'd like to try to find one that I haven't done recently, but I've done most of these. So here, we'll do this. This way, you don't have to watch the whole video, but at least this way you'll be able to, see the Devastator build in action. You can also see the mods on the gun and how they work too, because if you got like an entire row of guys coming at you, step to the side a little bit and kind of shoot them from the side, and it kind of chain links them all together and spreads that damage out, and then it like hits a multiplier. It's nuts. When it's one guy, like look, I'll shoot this one guy, and it really, it's not doing much. So there's my earthquake, there's my impale, got a bleed on him now, and he's pretty much almost dead already. Yeah. But now, if I come down here, I always reload. So now there's a whole bunch of people coming. So if I just start chain linking these guys together, they just destroy. Put on my earthquake, barrel roll. So pretty easy. And I'm maxed out on my levels that I can do. I can't go any higher, so I'm just like trying to level up as much as I can. As soon as he gets in my face, then I leave. Because I just sold 33% of his armor. He's a boss. So I got tons of armor. So now I don't have much. There's some again. I'm stuck in a corner. Put on my armor. Reloading, so I got my armor on, so I don't care. I don't know what's going on with my gun, so I'm gonna switch it. Alright. I'm just melting these guys. Yeah, just so you can see it. So this is Earthquake. And then this is my armor. And then I can't use Impale unless somebody's around. So, and that's got a timer on it. And it only absorbs so much damage. No, wait, I don't think. No, it's 65% damage reduction for like 2 seconds. See how this lightning's like taking everybody together? Good, sick. And when they get too much in my face. There, see the spikes coming out of the ground there? Yeah, that's me. Bam. See how far these guys there? See how far away they are? Yeah, I got that guy all the way back there. This dude. So I can hit him from pretty far away. And I've played with the other stuff, you know, like I was doing Tremor for quite a long time. And then I just kept getting you know, I just kept getting the right drops for this build, so I'm like, okay, well, might as well put it all together. Just getting the right gear, the right stuff on it. See, I'm putting the spikes on this guy. And this guy doesn't die, so then he gets another 2% damage. Yeah, still 33% of armor, so not good for a while. See, you just hit me with everything he's got, you can do anything to him. Again. Now I've got 4, 3, 2, 1. So that was all 4 of my spikes right in a row on this guy. They did a ton of damage. Got my armor on, so damage. Boom. So yeah, just rinse and repeat, man. Just you time it out just right with a little bit of shooting thrown in. You just cooldowns it again. You just nail them. Impale just goes to town on them. Oh, the other thing is, if you can't run through those spikes. So if you're up against the wall and you're surrounded, you start spamming that, you'll be stuck. I had to find that out the hard way. Yeah, you're stuck. Oh, that hurt. Fails. Don't even really have to do anybody. So, yeah, if they're on your screen, that's the other thing. You got to turn and face them. So you got to make sure that you get as many guys physically on your screen, then Impale will hit everybody on your screen up to the amount that you're allowed to. So as I'm running along, I don't move. I don't do this. You don't turn around. So as you're running along, you just move your screen. So you're like this, and now they're on the map. Then you hit your Impale. You'll automatically turn around. Watch. So I'm running like, look, I'll run at this guy. Now I'll turn around, and I just turn the map like this. So as long as they're on my screen, they'll get hit with Impale. You don't have to physically turn around, which I think is just phenomenal design. Ah, punk. Bam. He's a big boss. I just stole him. Great. I got my armor missing. Bam. That time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, not yet. Now it is. So yeah, I'll post. I'll make sure I post. You can see the damage at the end on how, what did what. How much damage your different anomaly powers did and how much damage your mods did. That's another thing you want to pay attention to. Is see what's really doing your damage for you and then build on it. Because then you're building into your gameplay. If you're naturally already doing guns, then build on guns. You're naturally already doing a lot of anomaly power, then go ahead and build on your anomaly build. Hit, period. 4. use your mini-map, top left corner. Yeah, it'll save your life. Because not only do you get to see, you know, of course, you know, hey, do I have guys behind me? And the guys flanking me from the side, so keep an eye. There's a guy like right over here. That's on. So, good away from this. 1, 2, 4. Not too many things survive before they fill my specs. Massive elites. Even then, there's not much up in left one. Already got 2 elites. Oh, not where I want to be, but I want to steal his armor. 1. He's not getting much of a please, see some armor. 4. Yeah, see, look all the way back there. I hit that dude with spikes. Luckily, before I got hit, got my earthquake off. Got my armor on. Got a lot of bleeds out, so I'm fine. You can hide a little bit from these guys when you're doing that crap. Can interrupt. Try to get some bleeds. Oh, hit my face. It bleeds. See how they keep got even number damage on them? That's the bleeds. So it does show periodic damage. Got my armor on. Eventually falls off. So yeah, I went from this and I started playing Helldivers 2, and oh my god, the game is so slow compared to this. It's ridiculous. This is where you get your ammo. Gotta be close enough. Always like to barrel roll off the ledge. It's just a thing I do. I like getting up in the face. Now, bam, look, they all got nailed with spikes. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm back already got that. I love it when they're off the road. Steal some armor. If I'm reloading, I always try to use my earthquake. That does the bleeds. These guys like crawl out of that woodwork. Oh, here, I'll show you the mod that I got. Watch. When these guys hit me the first time, watch all the damage. Bam! They're all dead. That's a mod I got. As soon as I get, like, it has a cooldown on it, but if I can go without taking any physical damage from them hitting me for a while, and then the next guy that hits me does a massive AoE. Here, these guys don't do melee, so. Oh, this is the one that gets dark too. Oh yeah, the other thing is your cooldowns don't reset on your impale until you've used them all. So if you just got one left, it's going to sit there until you use it and not start your cooldown. So you need to make sure that you always use all 4 of them in a row, or like here, 1, 2, 3. Seems like a waste on one guy, but big ass. Get rid of him. Just got trash left. These guys that suck the life out of you from a distance. So, I hope you're enjoying Like sharing, you know, my build. Try to push out as much damage as I can. I don't know how far I can push until I gotta change something.
There's the pod.
I just been rocking along,
Looks like the force
trying
is
to
coming
upgrade my
through.
gear as I get time. Cutscene. So I upgrade my gear as I got, you know, time from getting pod resources. Especially if I start dying a lot. We'll show you one thing though.
Oh, force.
Huge difference
Where the hell did the pod go?
is here. Look, that's got 15,000 armor. This has got 15,000 armor. So these are old. I've had these and I upgrade them. But when you get the stuff that's apocalyptic, that's 19,000 armor. This is eventually going to come to haunt me. I got this as a drop recently, and it just, you know, it was the same level what I had, but it had 4,000 more armor. I'm like, what the hell? So, and this is only 2 levels apart. This isn't going to go up to 19,000. So, you know, eventually you start looking at this stuff, the mods, but you don't really want to break up your set piece. So, that would do a massive hit to my damage. And barrel roll over here. This is the one where it gets dark. Biggest problem I ever have on them is fighting single target. I'd much rather fight an entire room full of guys. Steal tons of fire. Spike. So the build, of course, works on, you know, bleeds. So sometimes, if you're about to take a lot of damage from like a bunch of dudes or something, spread the damage around as much as you really possibly can. That's going to save your life. You need all that power. Dead, another lead on me. Yeah, not moving and freezing and stuff. Freeze is probably my biggest problem. That's not me. If I can't move or shoot or kill somebody, then I'm in some trouble. Sauce armor, please. That's another reason why you want to pick them all up sometimes. Because then you can, like, that guy just hit me and enjoy it. You guys do a decent amount of damage. So, I'm taking them out before I actually find the boss. I just got hit somehow. Armor. While I was in spike range. This starter sucks. That's also spikes. That's some turn. Oh yeah. Use your melee action when you get frozen. Oh wow, I died. No way, man, I was getting cocky too. I was all talking. Alright, so that's what happens when you don't pay attention to what I'm talking.
And the beast responsible.
Dang, they got me. Alright, well, I'm gonna abandon, no big deal. So I hope you... oh yeah, when you're frozen, use your melee skill to break free of the ice. I learned that recently as well. So... I hope you enjoyed the video. Died at the end, but hey, life goes on. Not the end of the world. Didn't cost me anything to run it. So, that's my Devastator build. Oh yeah, this is the only thing I want to show you, the damage dealt. So even though I was maybe like shooting all the time or this and that, depending on what's going on. So my impale did the most damage, which is totally what I'm spec'd into. There's a Nicola's Revenge, which I told you kind of chain lightning chains everybody together. And then that shock and awe. That's that one where if they hit me, every so often I got a cooldown. I just do an AoE out for my body. If they try to immediately hit me, then my earthquake, and then my bleed, and then these are the other mods. So if you see mods on, if you're shooting and these are your mods on the guns, and like one's doing 10 times better than the other ones, try to get rid of those mods. If they're not doing anything for you on how you play, there's no reason to have those mods. Get something better. But I've always found that this has been my number one, and sometimes this will be my number two. But my impale anomaly power is really what I'm expecting to. So all right, I hope you can look at your healing. Class heal, heals from leech, shields. That's my armor. My class heal. I think that should be higher than that. I don't know why. So, but anyways, there you go. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.